Platinum. The very name whispers of rarity, of something precious and almost otherworldly. It's a metal that feels heavy in the hand, heavier than gold. It possesses a brilliant, silvery white luster that doesn't tarnish or fade. This is a metal born in the heart of collapsing stars, scattered across the cosmos, and settled deep within the Earth's crust. Finding it and extracting it is a monumental task. For every 10 tons of ore dug from the ground, miners might only yield a single ounce of this ghost-like element. Its scarcity alone makes it one of the most valuable materials known to humankind. But its rarity is only part of the story. Platinum presents a formidable challenge to anyone wishing to shape it. Its melting point is incredibly high, soaring to over 1,700 degrees Celsius. That's far hotter than the furnaces of ancient or even medieval smiths could ever hope to achieve. You can't simply melt it down and pour it into a mold like you would with silver or gold. This inherent difficulty in working with platinum meant that for most of human history, it remained an enigma. A strange, unworkable metal that defied the skills of the most accomplished artisans and minters. This combination of extreme rarity and a stubborn refusal to be easily tamed is precisely why platinum coins are so uncommon in the grand sweep of numismatic history. While gold and silver have been the bedrock of currency for millennia, forming the backbone of empires and facilitating global trade, platinum remained on the sidelines. It was a curiosity, a scientific puzzle, not a practical medium of exchange. To create a coin from platinum required not just the metal itself, but a level of technology and understanding that simply didn't exist for centuries. So, when we talk about platinum coinage, we are not talking about a long unbroken tradition. We are discussing a modern phenomenon. A story of scientific discovery, industrial innovation, and a nation's desire to create something truly special. These coins are not just currency, they are markers of technological prowess. They represent a moment in time when humanity finally mastered this difficult, beautiful metal. And in this modern story, the nation of Portugal plays a fascinating and pivotal role, embracing platinum to celebrate its own rich history in a uniquely brilliant way. The story of Portugal is a story of the sea. It's a tale of brave explorers, vast trade routes, and a global empire built on courage and ambition. And the lifeblood of this empire, the very fuel that powered its grand caravels across uncharted oceans, was coinage. But this coinage was not made of platinum. For centuries, the clink of Portuguese currency was the sound of gold, silver, and copper. These were the metals that financed expeditions, paid soldiers, and filled the treasure chest of kings. They were tangible, workable, and understood by all. From the very foundation of the kingdom, Portuguese coins told the story of its rulers and its faith. The early dinheiros and morabitinos were struck in bilhão, a mix of silver and copper, or sometimes in purer silver. As Portugal's influence grew, so did the quality and ambition of its currency. The magnificent gold dobras and later the iconic escudos became symbols of the nation's wealth and power. This was gold brought back from Brazil, silver from the mines of the New World. It was wealth you could see, wealth you could hold, a direct link to the vastness of the empire. The age of discovery in the 15th and 16th centuries cemented this reliance on traditional precious metals. Vasco da Gama didn't sail to India searching for platinum. He sought spices and gold. The Portuguese Empire was a mercantile powerhouse, and its currency needed to be reliable and internationally recognized. Gold and silver were the global standard. A Portuguese cruzado, or a silver real, held a value that was understood in the markets of Lisbon, the ports of Africa, and the trading posts of Asia. Platinum, even if it had been identified, would have been a useless curiosity in this bustling world of commerce. And so, the centuries passed. Dynasties rose and fell, the empire transformed, and the currency evolved with it. From the reais of the monarchy to the escudos of the republic, the metals remained constant. Gold for high value, silver for trade, and copper for the transactions of daily life. This was the numismatic landscape of Portugal for over 800 years. A rich and complex history, certainly, but one written entirely in the familiar language of gold, silver, and copper. The idea of a platinum coin would have been as alien as the notion of a ship that could sail against the wind, an impossible dream waiting for its moment to arrive. The story of platinum's entry into the world of coinage is not one of ancient discovery, but of modern science and a touch of royal intrigue. For centuries, this heavy silvery metal, found alongside gold in the Spanish colonies of the New World, was a nuisance. The Spanish called it ades, called it platina, or little silver, and often discarded it, believing it to be an impurity or an unripe form of silver. Its true nature remained a mystery. It was so dense, yet so difficult to melt, that it defied all attempts by colonial goldsmiths to work with it. They couldn't purify it, they couldn't shape it, and they certainly couldn't mint it. It wasn't until the mid-18th century that European scientists began to properly study this strange material. They were baffled and fascinated by its properties. Its resistance to corrosion, its incredible density, and its sky-high melting point made it a scientific marvel. Slowly, methods were developed to purify and shape it, primarily for use in laboratory equipment and fine jewelry. The idea of using it for money, however, still seemed far-fetched. It was too rare, too expensive to process, and too unfamiliar to the public to ever function as a widespread currency. Why go to all that trouble when gold and silver worked so perfectly well? The first nation to take the audacious step of minting platinum for circulation was, surprisingly, Imperial Russia. In the 1820s, vast deposits of platinum were discovered in the Ural Mountains. Faced with a surplus of this newly valuable metal, Tsar Nicholas I authorized the minting of platinum rubles. Between 1828 and 1845, Russia produced a significant number of these coins. However, the experiment was short-lived. The public was suspicious of the strange gray metal, and the fluctuating price of platinum on the international market made it difficult to maintain a stable face value. The Russian platinum ruble became a historical footnote. For more than a century after the Russian experiment, platinum coinage largely vanished. A few countries produced pattern coins or tiny trial pieces, but no nation committed to it in a serious way. The metal found its home in industry and luxury goods, not in the pockets of the people. It took the rise of the modern bullion coin market in the late 20th century for platinum to get its second chance. Investors were looking for new ways to hold precious metals, and mints around the world saw an opportunity. It was in this new climate, one of collecting and investing rather than circulating, that the age of platinum coinage truly began. As the 20th century drew to a close, Portugal looked back on a history rich with monumental achievements. The nation that had once mapped the world was now a modern European republic, yet the spirit of its golden age lingered. In the 1980s and 1990s, the world of coin collecting was undergoing a major shift. National mints were no longer just producing money for circulation. They were creating beautifully crafted commemorative coins for a growing international market of collectors and investors. This was a new way for a country to tell its story, to celebrate its heroes and its heritage on a global stage. It was within this exciting new context that the Imprensa Nacional Casa da Moeda, the Portuguese statement, made a truly pioneering decision. They decided to embrace platinum. This was not a move driven by a need for a new circulating currency, as in 19th century Russia. Instead, it was a deliberate choice to use one of the world's rarest and most prestigious metals to honor the nation's most significant history. The choice of platinum was a statement in itself. It signaled quality, exclusivity, and a nod to modernity, while celebrating the glories of the past. The first Portuguese platinum coins emerged in the late 1980s, marking a new chapter in the country's long numismatic story. These were not coins for the marketplace, they were treasures for the connoisseur. They were created specifically for the collector who appreciated not only the historical significance of the themes but also the intrinsic value and rarity of the metal itself. By issuing these coins, Portugal was positioning itself at the forefront of modern minting, joining a very exclusive club of nations that had mastered the art of working with platinum. The timing was perfect. Portugal was preparing to celebrate the 500th anniversary of its most legendary voyages, the Great Age of Discoveries. What better way to immortalize these epic journeys than by striking them in a metal as enduring and precious as the legacy of the explorers themselves? The decision was a stroke of genius. It connected the nation's past triumphs with a forward-looking vision, creating objects of desire that were both historical artifacts and modern investments. Portugal was using the metal of the future to commemorate the heroes of its past. The themes chosen for Portugal's first platinum coins were a masterful celebration of national identity. They were not random or arbitrary. They were carefully selected to resonate with a deep sense of Portuguese pride and to capture the imagination of international collectors. The primary focus, fittingly, was the Age of Discoveries. This was Portugal's defining chapter, a period when its navigators pushed the boundaries of the known world. The coins became miniature monuments to the courage and vision of explorers like Vasco da Gama, Ferdinand Magellan, and Bartolomeu Dias. Each coin was a canvas for storytelling. One might depict a majestic caravel, the revolutionary ship that made these long-distance voyages possible, its sails billowing against a vast, empty ocean. Another might feature a portrait of an explorer, his gaze fixed on a distant horizon, a map or an astrolabe in hand. These images were more than just decorations. They were powerful symbols of human ambition, of the quest for knowledge, and of the spirit of adventure that defined an era. By striking these scenes in pure platinum, the Portuguese mint elevated them, giving them a permanence and prestige that, honestly, few other metals could offer. Beyond the explorers themselves, the coins also celebrated the broader cultural and historical heritage of Portugal. Designs might incorporate elements of Manueline architecture, the ornate style that flourished during the nation's wealthiest period. Others might pay tribute to significant historical events, royal figures, or even aspects of Portugal's rich artistic traditions. This created a diverse and fascinating portfolio. Collecting these coins became a journey through Portuguese history, with each piece offering a new window into the nation's soul. They were designed not just to be owned, but to be studied and admired. Ultimately, these coins served a dual purpose that was perfectly suited to the modern era. For the collector, they were objects of immense beauty and historical significance, limited edition pieces from a prestigious national mint. For the investor, they were a tangible asset, a way to hold a stake in one of the world's rarest precious metals. This blend of artistry and intrinsic value was the key to their success. They were not merely tokens or medals. They were legal tender currency, albeit with a value in platinum that far exceeded their stated face value in escudos. Creating a Portuguese platinum coin is a fascinating process where cutting-edge technology meets centuries-old craftsmanship. It all begins with the metal itself, sourced in its purest form. The standard for these commemorative issues was exceptionally high, typically 0.9995 pure platinum. This level of purity ensures the coin's brilliant white luster and guarantees its bullion value for investors. The weight, too, is meticulously controlled. Common standards, like 1 ounce or half an ounce, troy, were often used, aligning them with international bullion coin standards and making them easily recognizable to collectors worldwide. Once the blanks, or planchets, of pure platinum are prepared, the magic of minting begins. The dies used to strike the coins are works of art in themselves. Engravers spend weeks, sometimes months, carving the intricate designs in reverse into hardened steel. Every detail, from the lines on an explorer's face to the rigging on a caravel, must be perfect. Given platinum's hardness, the striking process requires immense force. The presses must exert hundreds of tons of pressure to force the metal to flow, into every tiny crevice of the die, capturing the design with flawless precision. One of the hallmarks of these Portuguese platinum issues is their exquisite finish. Most were struck to a proof quality, the highest standard a mint can achieve. This involves a special process where the planchets are polished to a mirror-like shine before striking. The dies are also specially treated, often with parts frosted to create a stunning contrast. The result is a coin, where the raised elements of the design appear matte and frosted, floating atop a perfectly reflective liquid-like background. This finish highlights the artistry of the design and the inherent beauty of the platinum itself. Finally, each coin is given its legal tender status, with a face value denominated in Portuguese escudos. For example, a coin might have a face value of 100 or 200 escudos. This value is, of course, purely symbolic. The actual worth of the coin is tied to its weight in platinum, which has always been many, many times greater than its nominal face value. This technicality is important, as it officially defines the item as a coin rather than a medal, placing it within the grand tradition of Portuguese numismatics that stretches back for centuries. The arrival of the euro in 2002 marked a seismic shift for currency across Europe, and Portugal was no exception. The historic escudo, which had served the nation for nearly a century, was retired. This transition reshaped the focus of the Portuguese mint. While their primary job became producing the new euro coins for circulation, they did not abandon their tradition of creating exquisite commemorative pieces for collectors. However, the landscape for precious metal coinage, especially ultra-exclusive issues like platinum, became even more specialized. Under the strict monetary rules of the Eurozone, the issuance of collector coins is carefully regulated. While Portugal continues to produce beautiful gold and silver commemorative euros, platinum issues have become exceedingly rare. The focus shifted towards celebrating pan-European themes or nationally significant events within the new currency framework. When a platinum coin is issued in the euro era, it is a major event in the numismatic world. These releases are produced in incredibly small numbers, often with mintages of just a few thousand or even a few hundred pieces worldwide. This heightened exclusivity makes modern Portuguese platinum coins some of the most sought-after collector's items in the world. They are no longer part of a regular series as the Age of Discoveries coins were in the 1990s. Instead, they are standalone masterpieces, released to mark a particularly special occasion. Their scarcity is guaranteed from the moment of their announcement. For collectors, acquiring one of these Euro-era platinum coins is a significant achievement, a testament to their dedication, and a jewel in their collection, representing the pinnacle of modern minting artistry. The themes of these newer coins continue to draw on Portugal's rich identity, but often with a more contemporary feel. They might celebrate modern architecture, renowned figures in science or the arts, or Portugal's role within the European Union. The design language may be more abstract or minimalist compared to the classical style of the Escudo-era coins. Yet the commitment to quality remains unchanged. Struck in 0.9995 pure platinum and finished to a perfect proof standard, these coins uphold the legacy established in the 1980s, ensuring that Portugal's name remains synonymous with the very finest in platinum coinage. When we place Portugal's use of platinum coins on the world stage, its approach stands out as distinct and purpose-driven. While Russia was the first to try platinum for circulation, and nations like Canada with its maple leaf, Australia with its koala, and the United States with its eagle later dominated the high-volume platinum bullion market, Portugal carved its own unique niche. It never attempted to compete in producing millions of identical bullion coins for investors. Its philosophy was different from the very beginning. Portugal's strategy was one of quality over quantity, of historical narrative over mass production. While other mints were focused on providing a simple, easily tradable platinum commodity, the Portuguese mint was focused on creating numismatic art. Their coins were always tied to a specific, deeply meaningful story about the nation's heritage. This focus on commemorative themes, particularly the Age of Discoveries, gave their platinum program a soul and a coherence that was rare elsewhere. You weren't just buying platinum, you were buying a piece of Portuguese history. This approach meant that mintage numbers for Portuguese platinum coins were always intentionally low. They were designed to be exclusive from the outset. A typical platinum bullion coin from a larger country might be minted in the tens or hundreds of thousands in a good year. In contrast, a Portuguese platinum commemorative from the 1990s might have a mintage of just 2,000 or 3,000. This scarcity was a deliberate part of their appeal, ensuring they would always be coveted by serious collectors, rather than just held by bullion stackers. Other smaller nations have also issued platinum coins, often as one-off novelties or for special occasions. But few have pursued it with the thematic consistency and artistic commitment that Portugal did during its main series in the 1990s. The Portuguese program was a sustained effort, a multi-year project that built a complete and compelling collection. This makes the Portuguese series a landmark in the history of modern numismatics. It demonstrated a different way of thinking about platinum, not as mere bullion, but as a prestigious medium for national storytelling. Today, decades after the first issues were struck, Portuguese platinum coins hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. Their rarity is a key part of their allure. Many of the original coins from the 1980s and 1990s have been absorbed into tightly held private collections around the world, and they appear on the market only infrequently. When they do, they command significant premiums over their simple bullion value. This premium is the market's recognition of their scarcity, their historical importance, and their sheer beauty as crafted objects. The value of these coins is multi-layered. First, there is the base value of the platinum itself, a rare and precious metal with significant industrial and investment demand. Second, there is the numismatic value, driven by the low mintage numbers and the high demand from collectors who specialize in modern rarities or Portuguese coinage. Finally, there is the artistic and historical value. These coins are more than just metal. They are miniature sculptures that tell the epic story of a nation of explorers, struck in a metal worthy of their legendary status. For the modern collector, finding a complete set of the Age of Discoveries series, or even a single high-grade Euro-era platinum issue, is a true challenge. It is a quest that requires patience, knowledge, and dedication. These are not coins you can simply order from any dealer. They must be hunted down at auctions, through specialized numismatic networks, and from fellow collectors. This hunt is part of the appeal. The difficulty of acquisition makes the final prize all the more rewarding, a true treasure that stands out in any collection. In conclusion, the story of Portugal's platinum coins is a fascinating chapter in the history of money. It is a story of how a nation with a rich numismatic past, built on gold and silver, chose to embrace a modern, challenging metal to honor its greatest achievements. These coins are a perfect fusion of old and new, of historic themes and cutting-edge minting technology. They're rare, beautiful, and steeped in meaning. For anyone who appreciates the intersection of history, art, and precious metal, Portugal's platinum coins remain an enduring and captivating